All right, all right, all right, all right. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. I feel like I want a chair, like I need to sit and look at you. I'm gonna get one. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, I need to fill up my water bottle too. I need to do that. Oh, so good. See, that's nice. That's really nice. Now it feels like an office. Hi, Beatrice. Hi, Kat. Hi, Stephanie. How is everyone? How are you doing? How do you feel about our topic today? We're doing knees and we're doing hips. It's going to be fun. Don't be scared. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm really excited about it because I have always had a really rough time with my knees. So quick little backstory, basically spent my whole life in sports and or dance. And once I hit my early 20s, it all caught up with my knees. And my knees sound like crumpling chip bags every time, no joke, every time I step upstairs. You can hear me coming before I actually arrive. So the only thing that I really know how to do just to prevent my knees from deteriorating further is by caring for just my range of motion and working on my strength when my knees are beyond 90-degree flexion. So when I'm sitting in this chair, I've got good 90-degree flexion. If I'm weight bearing, with some weight, I can push up from here pretty well. But the second I go beyond, that's when I have to just work a little bit harder because I've become overly reliant on my flexibility. And I'm sure some of you yogis can understand. Oh my God, it's just a lot. Yay, hi Sophie. Yeah. So we're just gonna play with that a little bit. It'll be fun. We'll probably keep it to somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Hi, Violet. Good morning. Also, if you're on this link through Patreon, but you would like to chat, there is a way you can select within that link that you would rather open this up in YouTube, and then you can go into all the little chat boxes and stuff. Yes. Also, I don't know if we'll get any deliveries today. I know last week we had somebody ring the doorbell in the middle of class. It was our little Mr. Rogers neighborhood moment. So I already had 2 packages delivered this morning. So, so maybe we're good. I got my coffee delivery and I got a delivery from Sephora. So Mama needed some new things real bad. Yeah. We go through the makeups. So let me know also specifically in the chat if you have any questions or want to let me know anything about your knees in particular or your hips in particular. Most of you, I kind of have it in my head. I got it in my head. Yes, we're doing fussy knees, Miss Shayla. Yes. Oh, Ashley, I'm so excited you're here. Yes. Yeah, the essentials. Like one of those essentials was one of these Milk Cosmetics tattoo stamps. So I got a heart and a star. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to put a heart on my beauty mark today. Because yes, why not? Good morning. So I'm going to give it like another minute or two because I know some people have a hard time getting to class on time. Me included, okay? I'm very naughty. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to deal with Derek's mad knees. Me and you both, Derek, okay? My knees they talk a lot of shit. I'll just say that. They're just like, so we're going to work on them a bit. We're going to open up your quads. Because I feel like I notice my knees are the worst when I haven't stretched my quads in a while. And sometimes when we overuse our quads, it's because we're having a hard time recruiting our posterior muscles, so the glutes and the hamstrings, which I have to think really hard about engaging posterior. All right, so I'm going to get us going here. I'm going to start from the top of this playlist, and if I change it up and kind of skip forward, I'll try to let you know so you can stick with me. All right. Do you guys have blocks? Blocks can be helpful. Blocks can help. I feel like they just help, you know? Okay, I'm actually going to bring this phone with me so I can keep my papers on the time because that's important. All right. So we're going to get started seated and we're going to work on these knees from the jump. So I'm going to work into a kneeling position like this. And if you need a little less flexion on the knees, you can always sit on a block. You can always sit on 2 blocks. You can sit on a pillow. Maybe you want to sit on a person. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing this morning, okay? And tops of the feet, or you can go with tucked. Tucked, as you notice, is increasing the flexion already. So I'm just going to go untucked here. We're just going to take a few little breaths. Because this is how we get our mind right. This is how we kind of drop into the space here. So scan your body top to bottom, all the way from the crown of your head, all the way down to the little tippies of your toes. And take inventory of how you're feeling, what injuries you're working with, what you got going on in your noggin today. Let's take some big inhales and exhales. Good, 3 more just like that. And once you round off that last breath, let's drop your chin towards your chest. Trying to get a little bit of space in the back of your neck here. Sometimes it even feels good to take your palms on the back of your head and kind of brush through your hair a little bit if you got some. Maybe it even feels really good to give yourself a little scalp massage. Get those fingertips and nails into the skull. Right back here is this muscle group called your occipitals. And it connects all these neck muscles and shoulder muscles into the back of your neck. And when these get really, really tight and shitty, it affects your eyes because this is where your ocular nerves attaches into the back of your head. So maybe you need to give yourself a little massage there. And then let's bring your left ear, over towards your left shoulder. We'll just release the arms by your side, get some space into the side of your neck. I know we did some bigger neck stretches last week. And right ear over towards the right shoulder. Ooh. And again, left ear over towards your left shoulder. This time I want you to take your right arm out to the side, internally rotate it. So turn your right thumb down, bend your elbow, and tuck this little wing behind you. Make a fist with that right hand, and then track your chin up towards the sky and down to the ground. Good. Release this arm, and let's do the same thing to the other side. Right ear goes over towards your right shoulder. Reach your left arm out to the side. Internally rotate it. So turn your left thumb down, bend your elbow, tuck the arm behind you, and make a fist with your left hand. Lift the chin slightly, and then tilt it back down. Yes. Great. Bring the neck, head, everything back to center. Release the arm out. And let's come forward into tabletop position. If you've got blocks underneath you, let's snatch them out. Move them out in front of you. And let's move into your tabletop. I don't know how this shit gets on my mat. It's like this dust cat hair combination. Now I want you to tuck your toes right away. Reach your heart space forward. Take a breath in. We're in our cow pose. And with your exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Good. Let's do that again. Bring your knees back to the ground. Reach your heart space forward. Inhale. And with your exhale, push up and back into downward facing dog. Good. We're going to do this a whole shitload more times. Saying good morning to your hamstrings. Let's do 3 more. God damn, my hamstrings. Okay, last one. And then let's stay in this downward facing dog. Walk out your legs a little bit wider and get some movement into your down dog. Push the hips side to side. And I want you to feel as you push from side to side, it takes some pressure off of the heel of the opposing hand. Lean to my right. My left wrist gets a little release. And again. Nice. Now meet me all the way back in center. And then let's walk our hands all the way to the back of our space and hang out in this big forward fold. I want you to have the laziest spine of your life. Hang heavy. Create some softness into your knees. Maybe you need to shake out the head and neck a little bit and get some movement. Stay there. Yes. Yeah, it's okay if you're late. I don't mind. I just want you to get in. We just started, so you're totally fine. Now, in that forward fold, your hands and your arms can do all sorts of things. You can just keep them long. You can grab for opposing elbows. I like to wrap my hands around the back of my head and just hang nice and heavy. It helps me to decompress my spinal column, and especially in my cervical spine. So I've had some car accidents and other things, and my neck can get really bothered very easily. We'll spend 1 more breath here, and then we're going to roll ourselves all the way up to standing. Yes. Yes. Now bend into your knees, and I want you to keep that forward hang, but roll yourself up super slow. Yeah, super duper duper slow. Ooh, like you're moving through molasses. So very good. And then let's bend into your knees. Take your hands onto your thighs, just like this. We're going to start our Monday morning twerking. No, I'm just kidding, but kind of not really kidding about that. I want you to push into your thighs here, round your spine and tuck your tailbone. Yeah, maybe just hold on to your knees like that and then do the opposite. You can also bend into your elbows, fully express the range of motion of your spine. Good, let's do this a few more times. Inhale, of course, lengthening. Exhale, of course, curling. Ooh, yes. Last 3. Last 2. So good. Last 1. Now push yourself all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Good. And then forward fold. Take it all the way back down to the ground. Nice. Let's do a halfway lift. Lengthen out through your spine. Bend into your left knee. Let's open up into a twist. Left hand towards the earth. You can go up on your fingertips if you need. Right arm reaching up to the sky. I love this one. I want to do this almost every time I move my body. Let's do this on the other side. Bend into the right knee. Lengthen out through your left leg. Reach your left arm up to the sky. And then let's take it all the way back down to the earth. Walk yourself forward into a high plank position. And then take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Yeah. Now we're going to do some sun A's to get a little more warmed up because I promised some forward folds and little back bends. So we're going to be adding some back bends into these sun A's. Let's lift up heels nice and high. Breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Inhale, meet me in halfway lift. You can step, you can take a little hop. And with your exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing, sweeping arms up to sky. And with your exhale, remain, but plug the shoulder blades down your back. Now inhale, lift your chest, squeeze your butt. And with your exhale, forward fold, take it all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Good, now shift your body weight forward and lower your knees down to the ground. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees, chaturanga, or if you want, Ashtanga style, you can go chest and chin down to your mat. Now go into upward facing dog or your low cobra. So especially if you did that Ashtanga style, low cobra is there. Or your up dog, lifting up thighs and shins. So any way you want it. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. Take 3 breaths here. Keep trying to grip into your fingertips, especially if your wrists are getting a little bit tired. Especially push into that index finger. Let's go heels high, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Stay, but slide the shoulder blades down. Inhale, get your back bend. Exhale, forward fold, take me down. Halfway lift, lengthen. With your exhale, your version of chaturanga, which can also be no chaturanga, and just meeting back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Heels high. Bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Stay, remain, slide the shoulder blades down. Whoo. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down. Good. Halfway lift, lengthen. Your pathway to downward facing dog, whatever that is. Good. Let's do 5 breaths in this down dog. Take any little movements that you want within that downward facing dog. Even if that means you want to lift a leg and kind of circle out your hip a little bit. We are going to be playing a lot with the range of motion in those hips. Thanks, Mom. Hey, Mom, I loved your suggestion last week of trying to bring everything a little closer. Hope you can see it better. Good. So we're rounding off these last 2 breaths. Good. And after you finish off that final breath, let's take you to the front of your mat into a Malasana. So you can step, you can hop there, but I want both of your feet to be nice and wide and externally rotated. So let's talk about what's going on here. We've got a high degree of flexion into your knee, yeah? So anytime we find this level of compression, I want you to notice if you're here very passively in your muscle groups, so if you're kind of really relaxed, or if you can create a little more tension and activation, especially in your ass. Let that ass come alive for me this morning. I want some fireworks in there. Even grip into your toes. Good, take another breath in. And with your exhale, forward fold. Lift your hips and adjust your feet to parallel or parallel with big toes touching. We're going to be moving into chair. So first show me a halfway lift and forward fold. Bend into your knees, sit back, reach your arms towards the upper hand corner of your space, or if your shoulders are feeling a little tired, let's take those hands to heart center. Now shift some of your weight into your right foot. Pick up your left foot just slightly so you're in the single-legged chair. Woo! And then place that foot back down. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Lift up this right foot, but you're still in chair. You're not coming up to standing, yeah? We still got some activation going on there. Let's do that again. Right foot down, lift up your left. Lower your left, lift up your right. Good. Place the right foot back down. Lift up both of your heels so you're balanced onto your little tippy toes. And let's bring our way down, 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 down. Fingertips to the earth, crouch and curl. Lift up your butt. Lift and round, pressing into fingertips or blocks. One inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen out through your legs. So good. Plant your hands to the earth. Step back, hop back. Do you want another chaturanga? Or do you want to just meet me back in downward facing dog? I'm good with all of those options. Lifting your hips up to the sky. Now let's anchor. You can also center that left foot if that feels more comfortable. Right leg lifts and hip is going to open. Bend into the right knee. Get some space into that hip area. Now let's square off your hips. Pull your knee in towards your nose. And then step through to low lunge. If you've got blocks, grab them. Bring them by your side and let's lower your left knee down to the ground. Cool. So you're in your first lunge. Yes. Now we're going to talk about lunges here. I want you to stack your knee above your ankle for this first one. There are a lot of yoga teachers, particularly through this group called Core Power, that explain to a lot of teachers and students that anything beyond this is unhealthy, which is not true. Because we were just doing Malasana, right? Where we had that high degree of flexion. So why is that unhealthy in this space? So what I want you to kind of feel and create for yourself a little bit here, as the knee is stacked over the ankle for this first one, is how more activation feels. So see about picking up your back knee and maybe sliding forwards and backwards a little bit. And then you can put that knee back down, feel a little space in the front body. And then again, pick up the back knee, kind of float forwards and backwards a little bit. Good. Now we're going to do the opposite of this. Lower that left knee down if it's lifted, and let's stretch out your right side hamstring. Pull the toes towards your face here. If you notice, my hips are stacked directly above my left knee. My foot's working that dorsiflexion, so it's not just lazy hanging out. I'm really trying to pull the toes back towards my face. Good. IT bands. Let's take a walk over to the right-hand side. Try to really sit that right hip down and away from you. Good, let's walk it back towards center. Move. Rebend into your front knee. Move blocks out of your way. Tuck your left toe, lift it up. Let's go right leg up to sky again. Three-legged dog. And try to practice square hip. So no opening, square hip. And then extend your right leg like hell. Activate all the muscles there. And then let's release your right leg down to the ground. Let's play with all that on the other side. Again, right leg straight to the center. Left leg reaches up and opens up the hip. Good, now let's square off the hip. Pull your left knee in towards your nose. And then let's step it through into a low lunge. Good, right knee lowers down. Blocks, snatch them up. And again, we're purposefully Trying to play with this left knee directly over your ankle. Let's feel more activation. Pick up the right knee and kind of shift forward and backwards a little bit. If you notice, my right foot is what's creating the motion and the movement. Good, now lower the knee down. Try to get a little bit deeper into that hip flexor, a little more back bended. Eeh, god damn. And then lift up your back knee again. Take those little shifts. I always feel like cement bricks in the morning. I don't know if y'all can relate. Now let's do the opposite. Lower the knee down, lengthen out through your left leg, hamstring stretch. Pull the femur head into the socket like you just went pulling that femur bone through a boba straw. Pull your little tootsies close to your face. Maybe you get a little bit closer to the shin bone. And then let's walk your hands and or blocks over to your left-hand side. If blocks still aren't a piece of your movement collection, these are the first things I recommend people getting. They can help you both modify and intensify your practice. So these are not beginner's implements. These are for every single person. And let me know if you need resources. I do have links in my Patreon at the top of where I get my shit, and I can send that to y'all. Okay, let's walk it back to center. Rebend into your front knee, scoot the blocks out of your way. Tuck back to lift up the knee, and let's go left leg to sky again, but we're gonna try to stay square, super square. Activate this left leg, whether that means you need to flex or you need to point. And then let's release your left foot down next to the right. All right, let's lift up our heels again, bend into our knees. Let's go back into Malasana. Malasana is going to be a space we come back to a few times. And we're going to actually do some really fun mobility drills from a position like this. We're going to try to do some, primate-like movement today, because why not? We're going to get back to origins, y'all. All right. Now again, notice if you're being lazy in your Malasana, let's activate. I threw this out there last week. If you want to try it, elevating your heels. I like to just pop my elbows on top of my thighs when I'm doing this, but this really helps everything activate. Maybe you want to make your life a little harder and reach your arms up to the sky. Woo! Last 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, lift up your butt and pivot yourself back into a forward fold. You can also go forward fold, toes together, halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, fold. So good. Chair position, rise, lifting all the way up. And then let's take our hands to heart center and come all the way up to standing on one leg. Left leg lifts. Nice. Now, you know I like working single-legged stuff to get more proximal awareness. Woo, this is how we feel out our space. Now let's take some leg circles with this left leg. Good. I'm gonna make your right ankle work a lot here. So know if your feet and ankles are getting sore, it's just your muscles burning. Our feet have muscles. Our hands have muscles. Even our head, muscles. All right, let's reverse these circles. Last 3. Ooh. 2. Ooh. 1, keep it right in front of you here. Lengthen out your left leg and swing like a pendulum back into your modified warrior 3. Bend right knee, bring it all the way back up. Lift left leg, extend, and swing. I know this is not for the faint of heart. You're probably like, Tracy, what the hell? You said back to basics. This is hard. Well, this is your last one. Swing it through. Warrior 3, And let's step back into a lunge. My right foot is on fire. Bend into your left leg. Really get grounded on top of yourself here. Let's do a couple of knee taps. I just got some inspiration. Tap your left knee down to the earth and lift it back up. Do you feel that quadricep? If you don't, create more posterior tilt underneath yourself here. Yeah, really scoop that bad boy. Last 3. Nice, last 2. And 1. Take yourself all the way up. Pivot yourself towards the side of your space. I almost ate shit. And then bend into your knee, hands onto your thighs. Take this movement a little side to side. Maybe that helps get a little relief in this right foot. And then we're going to push ourselves all the way back up. And we're going to pivot towards the back of our mats. Good, 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 good. Now take all your weight into your left foot, drag this right foot behind you, and meet me in this shape right here. I've got the tops of my toe knuckles pressing into the ground, and I've got my right leg elongated. Yeah. Now I want you to lengthen the tailbone, try to push the hips forward, lift up the chest. Hands are on your low back just like this. You may feel it in the front body. You may just feel like I'm beating your feet up right now. That's okay. Good. Let's bring you all the way back up. Bend into your standing leg. Big step to the back of your mat. Moving through high to mid plank if you want it. Upward facing. And then downward facing dog. Good. Let's do all that on the other side. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Malasana. That's where we're going. Again. I know. We're here again. Now I offered up some variations for you. These guys, these guys, these guys, all those things, yeah? If you want to try something a little bit different here today, you're feeling like you want some challenges for your knees, having you step back a little bit, bringing your legs into parallel and deep bend. So notice how difficult it is when I take away the external rotation. Now, once you're just facing forward, tap your knees to the ground, and then go back. Oh, it's hard. And if you fall on your butt, it's okay. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's meet back in our Malasana all together. Ooh, that got me sweating. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Ooh. All right. Heel, toe, everything together. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair position. Hands to heart. And then rise up to standing. Right leg lifts. I can't wait to do this all on the other side. We started with our hip circles. Let's go. Out and around. Now, when I come around to this maximum rotation, I like to bring a little bit of bend in my standing leg. Good. Let's reverse those circles because my calves and the little fronts of my shins are starting to burn like fire. Ooh, jeez Louise. Last 2. Nice. Last 1, bring it all around center. Oh, everybody's favorite. Kick this right leg and then swing through pendulum. Nice, bring it back up to standing. Lengthen through. After this, you've got 1 more. Back up. Right leg long. Kick it through. Bend your left leg. Big step to the back. Ooh, you're in your high crescent. Now notice how I changed my back leg so that I'm underneath myself. Let's take those little knee taps. Good, last 3. Yeah, last 2. Last 1. Push yourself up and out. Yay! And then bend into your knees, horse squat. Hands to inner thighs, get some little twisties. Push yourself all the way back up to center. And we're gonna turn towards our OG front. My right foot's in front. I'm just gonna drag this left foot behind me until I find myself in my top of the foot, front of the left hip flexor stretch. Okay, so I wanna get that push. Strong and straight through my left leg. Hands are supporting my low back. Maybe I get a little lift. I don't know if I'm just hot because I'm working hard or if I'm hot because I live in the jungle now. Maybe both. Okay, let's bend into the right knee, big step to the back. Right leg can extend behind you. Upward facing. And downward facing dog. Now, if you need a little break, take yourself into child's pose. You can stay in downward facing dog. You can also play with your dolphin. So a lot more intensity into the forearms there. If you feel like taking it up a notch from this dolphin position, dolphin push-ups, lean and push. So your choice of what you want to do, hang out in child's pose, just doing any of those little things that you like. 15 more seconds. And then we're going to play with that flow we just did. We're going to simplify it in terms of we're not doing a bunch of repetition, but we're going to add on some pieces. Yeah. We'll meet everybody that's hanging still in down dog in 5. Good, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Here we go. You guys got this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Heels high. Bend your knees, look forward. Travel into your Malasana. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe feet together, halfway lift. And with your exhale, fold. Nice chair position. Bend your knees, reach the arms forward. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Lift up your left leg. So good. Now you can play with tree pose, left leg to right inner thigh. Just ignore that. Let me try that again. Left leg, right inner thigh. Or you can work with half lotus. So the outside edge of my left foot is going into my right side hip crease. You can hold on to this foot with your right hand if you need to. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Nice, last 1. Left leg comes back in front of you. Let's extend that leg. Swing through. Virabhadrasana 3. Bend into your right leg. Step left foot to the back. Rise into that high crescent. Let your left knee tap to the ground 1 time. And let that push you open into your star position. Nice. Now swing this right heel back. Trikonasana over your left leg. Left arm down, right arm high. Nice. Work into reverse Trikonasana. Even out the hips. And take it back to center, neutral position. Trikonasana over your right leg. Bump the hips. Right arm down, left arm high. Good. Let's take it into reverse Trikonasana. Right arm lifts up. And back to center. Adjust the feet. Face the back of your mat. Drag that right foot with you. Push into your hips. Lift up your heart. And then take it back forward. Bend your left leg. Big step to the back. High to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Breath in. Breath out. Heels high. Bend your knees. Look forward. Travel to the top. Malasana. Ugh. I just always have to try, you know? Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Take it down. Heel toe together, halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. Chair position. Lift. Hands come to heart center. Right leg lifts. Open up for tree pose or half lotus. Ooh. So, as you notice, a lot more flexion, a lot more stretch, yeah? Hands at heart center, of course, is a very advanced way to go about that. Last 3, 2, 1. Soften into that left leg to release the right. Extend it. Sweep through. Virabhadrasana 3. Bend into that left leg. Big step to the back, high crescent. Tap your knee to the ground 1 time. Lift and open up towards the side of your space. Let's go into that horse squat again. Twist. Twist. And back up to center. Trikonasana to the right. Just squeegee that left heel back. Open up your arms, right arm down, left arm up. Good. Reverse your Trico. Take the hips back to neutral. Right arm reaches up and back. And then take it back to center. Let's do that to the other leg. Fancy heels. Reach. Left arm down, right arm high. Nice. Back to center. Hips to even. Left arm reaches up and back. Yes, sound effects. And then let's take it back to center. Pivot towards our OG front. You're looking to your right. Pull that left leg in, but keep that back toe on the ground. Lift up the hips. Lift up the heart. Now take it back forwards. Left leg, big step. High to mid plank. Upward facing. And with your exhale, downward facing dog. Now look around you. See if you've got some space to do this. I have an offering if you don't. But we're going to do a down dog walk. I'm going to go off my mat, and I want to walk. I'm going to go for a little stroll in my downward facing dog. Now I'm stepping, feet at the same time, left foot, left hand, right foot, right hand. And I want you to embody some kind of animal. What is the animal you want to embody today? I'm thinking like I'm a giraffe today. I feel like that's the right thing to do. If you're like, yo, Trace, I ain't cool like you and got all that space, you can do this up and down your mat too. It's not as fun, but you know. Ooh. If you're doing that, you just got to work on your reverse. Now, if you're still on your little safari around your house, take yourself all the way to the back of your mat and meet me in your Malasana. Nice. Whoo! Okay. Now we're gonna do a primate walk. If you've got like rings on and shit and you don't want to mess up your mat, I got mine like spun around. I want you to come onto your fists like this. Yeah. And get really nice and low. Then I want you to go fist, fist, foot, foot. Fist, fist, foot, foot. Yeah. I'm not very good at doing it backwards, so I'm just going to go to the back of my mat. Ooh. I'm going to try that again. Oh. Yeah, let's do that again. Whew. I want to try it going backwards, but it's really hard. All right, come down onto your butt. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Take a Baddha Konasana. You guys did so good. I know that was kind of a wild one, wasn't it? So I'm going to offer up one more little toughie thing. I kind of started to introduce it earlier, and then everything from there on out will be on the ground. So earlier we did those knee tap downs from that parallel squat, yeah? I'm actually going to create some more padding at the top of my mat. If you want, I'm going to offer this from a standing position. I'm going to add even more padding because I already told you the story of my very jankly knees. Yeah, so parallel squat, knees, and back. Okay, from standing, man, I used to do this in dance all the time. Now I'm all freaked out. Okay, lean. Yeah, okay. Still got it. Lean. I'm sure there's a way better way to get up, but I'm going to do it one more time because I'm very proud of myself right now. Okay. Lift, hinge. Yeah, notice how tucked? We tucked. And all the way back up. Yes. So good. Ass clap alive. Yay. All right. Oh, good job on trying those little knee guys. All right. So let's bring us back down onto our butts. Again, everything is groundwork. We're going to work towards hero's pose. So we're going to start with some one leg at a time stuff right here. Let's lengthen your right leg forward in front of you. Take your left leg to the inside of your right thigh. Janu Shirshasana. Lengthen forward, working towards the foot, and fold. Ooh. Yeah, so you don't have to grab your foot. If the foot's not accessible, you can always grab for any part of your leg. You can also grab a strap. If you are mega flexible, maybe you take a block to the bottom of your foot. Now, one of my favorite counters for this pose, I like to walk it back up, plant my left hand behind me, point my right toe, lift up my hips. A little arm circle, never did anybody wrong. And then let's take it back down to the ground. Now let's take this a step deeper if you like. Outside edge of this left foot into your inside crease. So we did this earlier, or at least I offered this earlier, but from standing. This is Ashtanga style work right here. Again, forward fold. The heel is going to go into your guts for sure. Yes. And then to just cap it off all the way if you like it, left arm wraps around, grabbing for that right toe and letting it go. As in letting your upper body go to the ground. Sometimes yoga teachers are the worst at just not being descriptive enough, so I'm trying to be better. Nice, let's bring it up. And then my final level of this inception moment, I've taught this before. Lean off to your left hip, bend into your right leg. My foot is still in this hip crease, yeah? And then take it forwards towards the earth. This is a really big ankle stretch. Full binds are like the full Monty of this whole shape. All right, let's take you up. Undo all of this. Oh! Shake your legs in the sky. Damn. Wiggle out your ankles. Ooh. And then let's do the other side. Left leg goes long. Right sole of the foot, left inner thigh. I really have to try, okay? And we're going forwards into that left side hamstring. Constantly think about your spinal column elongating. Notice when you're lazy and rounded, maybe a piece of that stretch is missing, even if it takes you out a little bit longer. Es muy bueno. I didn't conjugate that right. I'm terrible at Spanish. Don't come after me, Melissa. Okay, let's bring you up. And we're going to try for that half lotus variation. So outside edge of the foot comes into your hip crease. My right knee is trying to kind of go forwards a little bit. Ooh. Now, I know normally I like to have my partner here, Kamar, because he's had such gnarly injuries from playing football and from being a power lifter. Plus, he got in a bar fight once and broke his right ankle. So when we do these particular shapes together, he modifies them in a really awesome way. And I wish I could describe them better to you other than don't go as far forwards. Slide the ankle further to the outside of the femur head, yeah? All right, let's bring you up from here. And then our final mini piece, I like to lean back, bend that left leg. Ooh, here we are, my right knee down towards the earth. It's gonna feel like your ankle wants to pop out of its socket. Moving a little bit forwards and maybe you do your full bind. Woo! Oh my God. Last 5 seconds. Oh, if you do stuff like running, I mean, this is just the bee's knees for you right here. All right, let's bring you back up. Show me your displeasure by wiggling your legs in the sky. And then let's see if you can push yourself back into a Malasana, just as a good counter for all that shit we just did. And then let's take our hands to the ground, lift up our hips. Now we're going to go into hero's pose. So let's take our knees down to the ground. Again, if your ankles still feel a little bit funny, give them a little wiggle. Two blocks might be helpful for this. Just see where you're at if you can sit between your ankles. Sometimes you got to move those meaty little calves. I have little like chickeny calves, so if you're not able to get your booty to the ground, or if your knees are screaming in protest, stick a block, stick a pillow underneath you, yeah? We started in this shape, so I know I was being mean from the get-go. Now, here's the rules. Knees can be together or hip width distance. I do want them to stay on the ground as you progress through this shape if you choose to. If you need more, start to work backwards. Maybe you take elbows to the ground. If you're on a block, I don't really recommend going back because it's harder to get back there when you're propped up. Now try to scoot your tailbone a little bit underneath you. Did you see that move I just did? That's what we want. We want to get a little bit of scooting. If you feel the need, the desire, shoulders come down, elbows bend and come above your head. Wow. I'm guessing porcupine quills in my hair wasn't the smartest decision today, but I make a lot of funny decisions. And we're going to spend 8 more breaths here. Big tummy breaths. And if you're struggling, know that you only have 3 more. Relief is always on the way. And that's why doing yoga asana is such a wonderful way of training your patience, your ability. Now to bring yourself back up, if you're all the way down, I like to grab onto my heels, press into my elbows to bring me back up. And to counter that, we're just going to do 1 downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal around, shake it out. Feel the blood rush back into your feet, back into your knees. And then we're going to make our way all the way down to our butts. So I'm going to giraffe walk my way to the top, have a seat. Yes. And then I'm going to skip ahead in this playlist, even though I love this song by 9 Inch Nails. I'm going to go to Pyramid Song. It's our Shavasana song. And let's roll you all the way down onto your back. Bring your knees with you. Take them wide around your ribs. Apanasana or happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky. Find the outer edges of your feet. And feel free to rock and roll around, to straddle out. And then let's take a twist. Both knees are going to go over to your left-hand side. Oh, yes. And let's take both knees all the way over to the other side. And let's bring you back to center. And I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to a minute if there's any last minute shapes you need before we take it down. Ideas, you can take a bridge, legs up the wall, dead bug. It's not a real shape, it just feels good. So explore what your body needs. Take that inventory again, just like I asked at the beginning of class. Create those shapes. And when you feel ready, I invite you to come all the way down onto your back. And once you make it onto your back, if you realize, oh, I don't really like that, I don't really feel safe here, you can always sit. But we're going to finish off with just a little quiet time, a little meditation. You can go eyes open, eyes closed. Let's take some bigger breaths together here. And bring some really gentle movement back into your body. Maybe you want to fully stretch it out. You can roll off onto one side. And push yourself up all the way to a seat. Oof. And I want to invite you to give yourself a really big hug today. And thank yourself for bringing you into your practice and into this space. And I want to thank all of you for letting me in. Yes, thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, you amazing, beautiful creatures and human beings. Great job. So we won't have live class on Wednesday night. I will be releasing a pre-recorded class on inversions for beginners, but we will be going live on Friday night for Goth Bar. So Goth Bar will be back 5:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Times, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, thank you. Safari. Thank you, Ashley. Oh my God. Merci beaucoup, Miriam. Yeah, my gosh, so good. Thank you for joining me all the way from France. I love you. Right, Violet? I mean, I didn't want to get you emotional today, but I kind of did. Thanks, Kat. I love you so much. And I love that you're here. Annalisa, are you and the lady there? Because tell them I say hello. We should all do more giraffe walks more often together. Yes. So I'm hoping that this week, this background is going to look a little bit different. Oh, je t'aime aussi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you also. I love you also. Yay, Shayla. Thanks, Violet. I know, isn't it fun? The thing I'm really excited about is hopefully at the end of the month, right behind you on this wall, it's like a 10-foot wall. Oh, yes. All those years of French paid off for this moment. So back here on this wall will be a bar area. So I'm going to have a big old mirror installed and I'm going to buy a bar. So it'll be really fun for bar classes. Thanks, Mom. I love you. I feel just brand new. Yeah, and let me know that recorded class I'm dropping is a requested class. And yeah, so let me know if you have any requests for class. You can always private message me that. Yes, Mom, this is a heart on my face, but I promise it's not a tattoo. I swear to God. So I got a new delivery of these like makeup stamps. So I got a heart and a star. So it's just a little stamp. This is what I practiced on this morning. This is my hand. It looks like two eyes. This is how I felt when I woke up. And this is how I feel now. I don't feel like a sad star heart face. Hey, Shayla, I hope Derek feels good still. Send him my love. All right, folks. I'm going to close down the workshop. I'm going to eat some food because I made this kick-ass quiche last night and all I want to do is eat it. So make sure that you fuel yourself, drink some water, eat some food that brings you joy. And I hope I get to see you all again soon. Amazing job again. And I'll see you next time.